What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to go over the markets. We're going to be taking a look at a lot of the markets. We're going to take a look at the Dow, DXY, Tesla, BNB, Ethereum, Litecoin, of course, Bitcoin. I'll show you where I'm at on my trades on that so you guys can keep up with it. We've been in our Bitcoin trade. We started it at 29.2. We started our shorts, and I laddered in since then. We'll go over that. We'll go over a lot in this video and show you that everything is playing out. Even if we look at the oil chart I made like 6 months ago, it is playing out perfectly. We got a bounce exactly where expected. And I'll tell you what I'm looking for in that also. Let's get into it. So as you guys know, I like to look at the macro and then base my trades on the macro, right? So I believe we're still in a bear trend. We talked about it since December 2nd, 2021, getting a bear market rally at about 100%. I thought it'd be, February or March. It did happen in November, but nevertheless, we got the bounce, 100% rally. Same thing as in all bubble pops. And they always return to where they began. I'll show you that also, but let's get into it. As you guys know, I'm looking at this as a huge Elliott wave count of 5 finished waves, this being a big bear market, right? We completed our B wave, headed down for C. I'll show you where I think that'll be going. Here's another look at it on the weekly, looking at this as a falling wedge. I know a lot of people have drawn this falling wedge in like this. I do not believe that's how it was. Reason being, if you have the wave counts in here, right, you have 3 wave structures in all of these ABCs, right? And alternate touches. You got to touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, and the next touch should be down here. Could it go down to 3,500 range? I do believe that is still a good possibility, although I believe at least below 10,000, but we could go as low as this. Same thing I've been saying since we were at the top over here. Could definitely be going down to these levels. Does it have to? Absolutely not. Guys, remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm showing you my views of the market. So far, so good. Let's take a look at this. Was looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure also coming down. It is playing out. I showed you guys the hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. We had higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. From this high and this high, you can draw it in and you get hidden bearish divergence in both. And remember, hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. Trend being down, still looking bearish. Here's the daily view. Remember way back here, we talked about when we were looking at this as a falling wedge. We took a measured move here, and I had said it could get up as high as this 31.5. We almost hit that, not quite, but I told you I'd be shorting the crap out of it up here. What did Bitcoin do? It ended a little before that, but be aware it could still, if we get back above this 27.5 range, we could get back up to here. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's always a possibility. That target still remains up here as a possibility, right? We also had this target down here on the white falling wedge. And if we bring that to the breakout point right here, that got us this target right here of that 28.6 range. Now, we've bounced around that for quite a bit. Now that is major resistance if we get back up to that level. We can also look at this head and shoulders we drew in here, right? We did come back up. We tested the neckline. If we were to come up and test the neckline again, would be somewhere around the 27.4, 27.5 range, depending on how long it would take. But as I put in the thumbnail, I do think we're getting a daily sell signal. That would confirm tomorrow. Those of you that are familiar with my EMA strategy, if you're not, check it out. There's a video on my tutorials page. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So on the daily sell signal on the EMAs, this yellow EMA is the 55 EMA. We have the blue one, 21, white one, 13, and the 8 is red. So on my strategy for the EMA strategy, we have crossed right on this candle. The next candle, so tomorrow's daily close has to close. Well, this candle has to open and close below the 8 EMA, which is currently sitting at 20, roughly 27,000, right? So if we've already opened it, if we close it below 27,000, that would confirm the sell signal for me. Now, even though that's a confirmed sell signal, that doesn't mean you cannot bounce back up here. A lot of times after the confirmation, we'll get a spike up, test the 21 EMA or even the 55 before coming down. Nevertheless, I see much more downside coming, guys. As you guys know, the target of this head and shoulders is 23,000, around 23.1. And all that is you go from the tip of the head here down to the neckline and go to where it broke the neckline, and that gets you that 23,000 range. Although in the 4 hour, I have different targets. We have a Elliott wave count in here, which we'll go over. But I would expect to possibly see a bounce. And that, guys, it doesn't always mean it goes straight down, right? There's bounces on the way down, just like there's bounces on the way up. So your first area for looking for support would be the daily 200 EMA, which would be around 25,000. Of course, that's an even number also, so maybe we get another bounce up here. Bounce around on here for maybe a week or so before coming down. But if we do break this 55 EMA with a vengeance, depending on what the traditional markets do, we could hit that 23,000 a lot sooner. And here's the Elliott wave count I posted 2 weeks ago. This being wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. We can move this over just a little bit here. We'll look at it in the daily also. These are just rough, right? The ABC correction. But the main targets, the blue one, gets us to that 23.4. And all that is, if we take the Fibonacci reach or extension and put it up to the top of wave 1, bottom of wave 1, top of wave 2, that gets us to 1.618 at 23.5. So as I've been saying, I think we get at least to that 23.5, possibly. This being the third wave, our fourth wave could get us up to that 25.9, 26,000, but it cannot go past wave 1 or it's invalidated, which is 27,000. That's after 23.5. Hope this isn't too confusing for you. And if you guys want to see a particular for tomorrow's video, if you leave in the comment section down below. Oh, before you do that, make sure you smash the likes, leave your comments below. But in the comment section below the video, you can put in a stock you'd like to see or a altcoin, shitcoin, whatever. And I will go over that in tomorrow's video, whichever one gets the most people asking for it. So definitely do that. Anyways, looking for this third wave down here. I showed you guys the smaller count within the big count. So in each wave, you have, other wave counts. So we had this 1, 2, 3, 4. Our 4 did not break 1. So this is looking like a complex correction. We had a simple ABC here. This would be a complex correction to the downside. I do see us getting down to that 23.5 sooner than later. But one more thing we can look at here is the RSI. So on the RSI here, it's looking like an inverse head and shoulders. Let me spread that out so you can see it right here. If we do get one more spike up, that would be the one I was talking about, possibly as high. Well, we could go test the 200 EMA around 27.6, somewhere in that range. But we do have major resistance at the 55 EMA. And as you can see, each time we get rejected is a little bit lower on the 55. So be careful. I'm still looking for this target down here. If you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You don't get the scam wicks. You can trade traditional markets. You can trade metals, whatever you want on it, and you don't have to have multiple accounts, right? So definitely check them out if you haven't already. Links down below. Also, here is how you can set it up however you want. There's plenty of different ways, but on this left side, you got your altcoins, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, Forex. You could trade everything from this exchange. Definitely check them out. Like I said, all your trades are held separate, so you don't get them clumped together. You can close one or change the stops, whatever. As of right now, we are up 7,600 on this trade. Remember, I have many ladders. I started laddering in at 29.2, then 29.82. 27.7, 28, 27.5, 27.3, and I have my stops at 27, 27.510 right now on all of them. If I change them, I'll try to let you guys know on Twitter, but definitely check them out. You can follow me on Twitter also. That link is down below. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, I showed you guys this fractal here. Same type things playing out. We got a fake out right here. I do think we got much more downside. My target's been 30,222 cents way back in January. I still think we hit this at least. And then maybe get one more push up before towards September, October is when I believe the bottom of the markets will be in. Could take longer, but that's what I've been looking at. And that's what I announced on December 2nd, 2022, right? You can check out that video below. All right. S&P, same thing. We're getting rejected in the middle here as expected. I do think we will be coming down to our target. We can move this over just a little bit, move this up just a hair. So now it's going to be around 35.38 if we do break this bottom trend line here. If not, we go all the way back up here. That's going to be around 4,500 to retest the top of this rising channel. Nevertheless, I do think it's possible if this 3,500 breaks, we get down to this 2,600 range. So look at oil. So oil, we got our bounce perfectly, and we made this target, guys, way back here in August of last year. We hit it on the dot. You can go back and check Twitter. I post these charts on Twitter, and I just leave them there so you can put in, if you go to my Twitter and search whatever coin, whatever, just put in the name and it'll have my charts up. So once we break this bottom trend line, as you guys know, I think our target could be as low as 27 bucks. Once we break this bottom trend line, guys, I think that's when the markets really start to head down. And people say 27 bucks is crazy. Well, went to negative 40 over here. Charts don't lie. All right, the Dow or DXY. You guys know I'm bullish on the DXY. I have been bullish. I remain bullish. I talked about it on the last video. 103.6 being our rejection area, and that was on last Thursday. I talked about that. We did hit it, got rejected. But once we break above this, our next area for resistance is a 0.382 fib, which is around 104.6. Once we get above that, hold support, then we're looking for the 108. And I think there's a possibility we go much, much higher, guys. This is a double bottom pattern right here. Some people like to call it a W, whatever, but it looks very bullish to me. All right, Amazon compared to Bitcoin. This is from the .com bubble, right? Just to show you how the bubbles work. So this was a 100% rally right here in Amazon. Doesn't look like it, does it? Well, when you got something that's only 50 cents, it don't take much, right? So this is a 100% rally right here. They always return to where they began when bubbles pop, right? We've been showing this. Look at the RSI break on the weekly. Look at the RSI break on the weekly, and then to come back down. Same thing on Nintendo bubble pop. And it doesn't matter what the company is. It's a chart. Bitcoin is no different than any other chart just because of the halving. I think the halving's got everyone trained that it has to go to new all-time highs, and I think they're going to be devastated when it doesn't. This same thing, bubble returned right back, had a big fake rally. Big fake rally should return to where it began. Sony, same thing. Look how many false bottoms Sony had, right? Had two huge ones before coming down. So if it was to happen like that, it could be a long, long time before we actually see the bottom. But like I said, I'm still looking for a capitulation or bottom sometime in September, October. Tesla, as you guys know, we called this a long time ago. I showed you guys the bounce areas. We did get our bounce right here at the 106, came back up, bounced at 151. Now I'm looking for a rejection around 183, 184 to head back down. I'm a buyer at 40 to 50 bucks. Again, not financial advice. I'm showing you guys what I see and what I'm doing. BNB, I've showed you guys this up against FTT, FTX. I do think Binance is going to sell a lot of BNB to try to save their ass. Just my opinion. I don't know for certain, but the charts are showing BNB's in trouble, which would tell me that Binance is probably in trouble. Ethereum, this is a very old chart, guys. Here are my targets, 926. Again, if we do break above this top trend line, which is around 2200, this would get invalidated. But I am looking for a retest down to this area around 1300 to 1350. Once this breaks, look for that 926, and then it could go much lower. All depends on what the traditional markets do, guys, and I don't think they are in good shape. Litecoin, next time we come down, break this 91, 90 area, I do see us getting down to around that 56, 57 range. If that breaks, obviously much lower. XRP, I'm drawing this out for the next, that'd be 7 or 8 years. I do think XRP is going to be coming back down to this 30-cent range. If that breaks, could go as low as 4 or 5 cents, just as drawn here. I think the all-time highs for XRP are over. Just my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below. Make sure you smash those thumbs up and share the video if you would. You can also join the free Discord, links down below. Check out my links down below. My wife's webpage is down there. She makes some cool Bitcoin stuff and pretty much whatever you want. Definitely check it out. Check out these videos up top. That one's from December 2nd, 2021, when I called the top saying that you needed to be careful because that 65 and 65 top was bad news. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.